Hello there guys, what is up? My name is Bezrin and welcome to the video. Now today I have a long awaited video and sorry it's taken me so long to get around to doing this, but it's finally out. And basically this video is a tutorial on how to score goals directly from the corner kick. If you've been a long time subscriber of mine, you'll have seen a couple of goals I uploaded, one from Rafael van der Vaart and another one from Andre Pirlo, where they take the corner and it curls straight into the goal without anyone else touching it, and basically it's their goal. And I did the same technique on both of those goals and I want to share it with you guys now, but there are a couple of things I do need to say about it first before I show you. First and foremost, this technique is really difficult to explain, so I'm going to try my hardest to get it across to you guys the best I can, but to be honest, you'll see when I get into it, it's sort of a bit wishy-washy, and hopefully I can do a good job for you guys, because I really want you guys to try this out. Second of all, it does take a lot of practice. You will have to do it several times before you get it even close to working, and even then, my third point is you really do have to get quite lucky for it to go in, and you'll see that on the example goals I show you, where basically the main reason it's gone in, as long as you do the technique right and get it on target, that's the best you can do. You've just got to hope the keeper kind of fucks up a little bit. I mean, this is FIFA 13, so there is quite a good chance that the keeper's going to do something retarded and you'll get that goal. But like I say, 1, you does need a lot of practice. 2, I'll try my best to explain it. And 3, you do need to get lucky with this technique. Right, you've listened to me long enough, I'll go into the tutorial now. So step number 1 is basically to pick the player that's right for the job. Obviously you're not going to put Vincent Kompany up front to score goals, it's the same here. You want to pick the person that's best for scoring the corner goal. Now ultimately 2 things come into play here, and that is the foot that the player uses and their curve stat. Now I've highlighted the foot column for you there. L obviously means left footed, R obviously means right footed, and what you want to do is pick a player that has the foot opposite to the side you're taking it on. Now I am taking a left hand corner here, and currently I have Ozil selected, who is also left footed, and I don't want that, I want the opposite, so I want a right footer, and I'm going to pick Pirlo. You can check that you have the correct footed player based on where they stand before they take the corner. Ozil here is a left footed player, and he's standing in front of the goal because he's going to swing it out. When I select Pirlo, you'll see that he's behind the goal, and he's a right footed player, so he's going to swing it in, and that's what we want, because we want it bending towards the goal. The next important step when picking the player is to look at the curve stat, which I've now highlighted. Now obviously Royce there has 86 curve, which is a very good curve stat, but Pirlo has 93, so I'm obviously going to pick Pirlo. The higher the curve, the better for this technique, because you want to get as much bend as possible when trying to score. Now I've only scored this goal with Pirlo and Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart I believe had 88 curve, so 88 curve is the minimum I've managed to score with, so you know, you might get away with 86, I'm not entirely sure, but there are certain rules regarding where you aim based on your curve. Basically the higher the curve the better, but also the further away from the goal you have to aim, and it's only by millimeters, and I'll explain that in the next step, which by the way is where things get a bit waffly, and I'll try my hardest of course to get the right sort of explanation to you guys about where to aim, but this is where it gets a bit confusing to explain. The second step is the hardest to explain and also the hardest to do. This is the bit that will basically make or break whether you're going to score the goal or not, and I will try my hardest to explain in the best ways I can what you have to do here, but like I say, it does sort of depend on the player that you're using, their curve stat, and my method is a little bit strange. The first thing I do is picture an imaginary line coming up from the top of the corner flag, because this is what I use to gauge how far left and right I want to be aiming. Now this is the perfect position. I've stopped it right before I power up the shot. Now the thing is, with 93 curve it needs to be slightly further away from the goal, and what I do is I use the very corner of the 6-yard box as a reference point. Next reference point you want to take is basically the width of a player that's in the centre of the box. The reason why you want to pick one in the centre of the box is so that he's around the similar size. Obviously if you pick one that's outside the box that's near you, he's obviously going to be a bit bigger, therefore a bit wider. So I'm going to be using one in the centre of the box, namely the one that's arm is against the black line, and if you'll notice, the distance between the black line and the reference point of the corner of the 6-yard box is about 1.5 widths of this guy. Now at 93 curve that is perfect, it's bang on. For slightly less curve it's more going to be about 1 width of a player. Now I know this is very sort of convoluted and a bit messy, but this is really the only other way I can try and describe it to you guys, but just trust me on this one. You want to go for between 1 and 1.5 widths of player between the corner flag line and the 6-yard box. Step number 3 is basically gauging the right power. As you can see where I've highlighted below, this particular one was about 2 1/3 bars. Now you really don't get much sort of leeway in the power. You've got to get it bang on. It's I'd say between 2 1/3, 2.5 bars. Any more and it'll go beyond the goal, any less and it'll curve too soon and not even reach the goal. Now these corner techniques, this corner technique is basically aiming to get it towards the far side net, just inside that back post, because that gives you as much time as possible to curve, and it's also basically where the keeper's going to screw up the most. Don't worry about getting any sort of topspin on this one, because the power, if you get the power right, it'll stay at the right level and just creep under the bar. Step number 4 is to add curve to the ball. Now, as soon as you've started to press B, you want to hold the analog stick towards the direction of the goal. In this case, since it's a left-hand corner, I'm taking an in-swinger with the right foot. I want to hold it to the left all the way. Don't add any to the top or bottom. To the bottom will make it climb, and to the top will make it not curve enough. You want to get as much to the left as possible. You really want to swing it right round to go in, and this will add curve to the ball and start bending it towards the goal. Hold that down the whole time. Step 5 is profit. You've just managed to score a goal from the corner spot, and basically you just want to shush the hell out of this guy, celebrate. Now here's the whole clip. All in one go without pauses. I'll leave the 5 steps up on the screen there, and basically you'll notice that this is actually in the 45th minute and it's an equaliser, and it put me in a really good position in the second half because I actually won the game 3-1. Now you'll see I pick my player and go with Pirlo, right foot, 93 curve, obviously going to pick him. Next I aim the corner where I want it to be, I apply 2 1/3 bar power, add the curve, and then profit, boom, straight in the goal, 1-1. I'm in a really good position going into the next half, and it's a great goal to show on YouTube. Now, just to prove to the non-believers that this goal wasn't a fluke, I've got another one here from Rafael van der Vaart, which is on the other side, so it's good. You can see the contrast. I don't change player because I know how good Van der Vaart is. I aim ever so slightly more towards the goal based on the fact that he has less curve. Add the power, add the curve. Next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. 15 minutes in, that's my second goal of this game, and the guy backs out like 2 minutes later, and I end up winning the game because I've scored such a good goal. Now, a fairly new concept that I've added to this technique is coming up with your own custom corner that you can do, and I haven't actually managed to score yet using this, but I haven't really tried it too much. And basically what happens is you've got 3 players there on the keeper that run around, hassle him loads, so he has more chance of letting the ball in, go into the goal. You've got 1 player there that just sort of runs back with 3 across the back. This way you won't get counter-attacked when doing this. And then you've got 2 people there on the edge of the box that basically just sort of run around, try and draw some defenders out the way, create a bit of space so the ball can go to the goal. And the practice arena is definitely one of the best places to practice this corner technique. It allows you to gauge where you want to aim. As you can see there, I obviously aimed that way too close to the goal because it curved far too soon. And you can just test it over and over again. Obviously I went with Pirlo. In the practice arena, stats are lower because chemistry obviously doesn't affect their influence of what they're trying to do and things like that, because there's no chemistry involved. So, you know, try it out. I mean, that one was quite close. I hit the bar there, for Christ's sake. And basically all I can say is if you can get it on target or hit the bar in the arena, you're ready to take it online into Ultimate Team, because I don't think you can score in the arena. But if you can get it on target like I did there, I mean, I don't know who that was that caught that. Possibly Marchetti, I didn't even see. But basically, if you can get it on target or hit the bar, you in the arena, you should be able to do it online. One thing I must say is that if you do end up overhitting it and it's going like beyond the goal, the great thing is you can actually get a header on goal using some players, because like usually the 3 that are surrounding the keeper move back slightly off the line and they can just nut it in from like a tiny distance away from the goal. But anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate that you took the time to watch, because I know it's quite a long video. But this technique should really help you out. If you did like this video, please give it a like. I'd absolutely love it if you did. If you're a new person watching my videos, I'd love it if you subscribed as well. It really helps me out, and obviously you get some great FIFA content in return for free. Please leave a comment down below whether you've tried this technique or what you change or things like that. Just give me your opinion on the video as a whole, and of course share this video to as many people as possible, because I want to get it out there in the FIFA community. It'll help people out a lot, I think. And yeah, thank you very much for watching guys, really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video guys. Goodbye.